into the universe is like taking a trip down memory lane. The farther from Earth we look, the farther back in time we see. The farther back in time we see.
That stupid stinking printer. Printer connection is long gone, though. We're hoping to keep it that way.
No more Mr. Almighty Printer. No more printer connection. No more big show interruptions and fanboying. And God knows what else.
Yeah, and probably, secret lover stuff.
Yeah. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to episode 60 of the most must-see show to ever hit the Bedford TV airwaves, to hit any airwaves, the Wrestling Connection. I'm your host, the notorious, the uproarious, the recently turned 27 piece of heaven, your host, yours truly, the man behind the Wrestling Connection, the encyclopedia of professional wrestling, Mr. Ken Hill, alongside me, as always, my friend, my buddy, my compadre, my amigo, the Mad Wolf himself, your future world champion and ruler of the world, Mr. Zachary Martinkus.
And alongside with us, the Prince of Insanity,
The Confucius of Confusion, the dizzying Duke himself, Mr. J. Julian.
Hey, yo, everybody. Welcome to the Wrestling Connection. And I'd like to give a special thanks to my two buddies right here, Mr. King Hill himself, Kenny Hill, and the Mad Wolf himself, the future world champion, Zach Martinkus. And I hope you all enjoy the show.
And I hope y'all having a good weekend, because the three of us sure are. And what an exciting epidemic, like Raw and SmackDown that we've had this past week.
Everything leading up to this Sunday
At Extreme Rules.
One night of the year where WWE goes extreme. Or so they like to say. But anyway, like I said, we got an amazing lineup. We actually got some interesting news concerning one of the championship matches at the pay-per-view. But we'll kick things off with the kickoff match.
Yep.
We have the tag team titles are on the line. Cesaro and Kid, the unnamed Brass Ring Club, versus the New Day.
New Day
Sucks. Consisting of, supposedly at this time, Kofi Kingston and Xavier Woods, with Big E Langston at ringside.
Yep.
Now, while New Day has not had a lot of tag team success, they've had single success. Xavier Woods picking up a victory over Tyson Kidd. Kofi Kingston picking up a win this week over Cesaro. So the New Day has been slowly picking up momentum going into the match with Cesaro and New Kid. They're looking to place themselves on top. They're looking to take advantage of their victory. And, of course, they've been using more and more heel tactics as of late. So they're in that transition where they're a face team that's not getting over as a face. So they're slowly making the transition to heel, even if they don't realize it.
Right, and it just begs the question, what's really going to happen? It's the frustration from the crowd, though, how they constantly, as we kind of perform, New Day sucks, New Day sucks. I think it probably, I honestly think this is going to get into their minds, and it's really going to, really aggravate the ever-living crud out of them to the point where they're going to be like, shut up, shut up, shut up!
You've seen Cesaro and Kid are very wildly tag team champions. Now, despite the fact that they don't exactly know who they're going to be facing out of the combinations that the New Day can form for a tag team match, they've also been shown to take advantage where we least expect it. Take the Fatal 4-Way match at WrestleMania, where they took out one of the Usos who they knew had a shoulder injury going into the match. He wasn't 100% cleared. They take out Jey Uso. They take out one of the Usos. And ultimately, that proved to be the payoff for Cesaro and Kid when they retained their tag team titles by pitting Jimmy Uso. So the champs are wily. They know what they're doing. And they know to take advantage of a situation when they see it.
Exactly.
And I don't think this is going to be any different here. They've been on a roll since winning the tag team titles in February from the Usos. I don't see that roll stopping here. I say they pick up the win over the New Day. And just like the last 2 pay-per-views, I'm making Cesaro and Kid my lock of the night. They've been my golden boys for the last 2 pay-per-views. Third time is going to be the charm.
All right. Well, I mean, usually in most pay-per-views, I'd be rooting for the underdogs, whatnot. But to be frank, I really don't want the New Day to win this. I really don't. I'm getting sick and tired of these right to censor wannabe, idiots.
Preacher types.
Exactly. So that being said, I gotta stick with the opposite, which would be Cesaro and Kid. And for the love of God, give one of them serious swing,
baby.
Yep.
And speaking of swing, let's take it over to the other king of swing himself, Mr. J.
So here's what I have to say about the pick for when it comes to New Day and the team of Antonio Cesaro and Tyson Kidd. We know that Tyson Kidd is in his second reign as WWE Tag Team Champion, and this is Antonio Cesaro's very first run as a Tag Team Champion. His former title he held was the United States Championship, and we know New Day are trying to get over with their positive antics, but on top of that, they got Xavier Woods as a changing factor. So I have to go with Tyson Kidd and Antonio Cesaro. I hope their reign is much longer, but we all know the antics New Days will be up to, so they got to be prepared for that.
Okay, so and now, Brian, what's your take on the tag title situation for Sunday?
I'm going to go with Cesaro and Kidd. It's going to be interesting to see them now as a face pair, seeing how they've been competing as heels for their entire run. The only reason that I think they might lose is because if New Day wants to be like the top heel team, they could screw him out of this one by, having Big E or something interfere, but I'm still going Cesaro and Kid.
All right.
Okay, so now Greg could not be here today, but he was nice enough to leave us a board of his picks. Unfortunately, he used green index cards and green tape, so we cannot see what actual picks he made.
Yeah.
But this one right here is Cesaro and Kid versus New Day.
Yep.
And let's see what Mr. Dolan picked.
Yep. Oh, good. So the tape came out easy.
All right, so let's see. Let's see right here. Thank you, sir. Okay, here's Greg's lovely logic for this match. Every day is a new day, and every one of my picks is a winner.
So he mainly
He goes with the New Day.
Oh, right.
New Day sucks.
New Day sucks. New Day sucks. New Day sucks.
New Day sucks.
All right, so burn.
Okay, now moving on to the. Okay, now we come into our next championship match, the United States Championship match, a Russian chain match between John Cena and Rusev. Now, the last Russian chain match, not a strap match, not just a regular chain match, a Russian chain match took place back in the 1970s, which happened between General Skandor Akbar and Bruno Sammartino.
It's a trap. It's a trap.
It's a trap.
Yeah. All right, but
yeah, we couldn't help ourselves. Okay, now, like I said, Rusev has proved his dominance over the last couple of weeks. He has laid out competitor after competitor. He's laid out Cena numerous times with a chain. He did the same to Ryback this past Thursday on SmackDown.
However, Cena has actually been, up and up the challenge. I mean, every week defending the United States Championship against any competitor.
Against Stardust, against Ambrose, against Bad News Barrett. He's been consistent and successful with his championship defenders, while Rusev has more or less been dodging him until Extreme Rules and made his rematch and stipulation known.
Yeah.
Now, obviously, the match favors Rusev. I mean, as far as like overall strength goes, Rusev ranks right up there with Cena.
Oh yeah.
Now, and the way this match is to go works like a bull rope or a strap match. Essentially, one competitor has to touch all four corners of the ring successfully without being stopped by an opponent. If they're stopped by an opponent, it resets, and you have to touch all four corners again before you declare the winner.
Exactly.
There are no disqualifications, no countouts, no pinfalls, no submissions. Only way to win is touch all four corners.
Yep.
Now, despite Rusev's dominance, I mean, Cena's U.S. Open has provided for some fresh blood in the U.S. title picture. We've seen people come out of the woodwork that we would normally expect challenge for the United States Championship.
Right, and giving more definition and more defiant meaning for the United States Championship, which is a real good thing.
Bring back more presence to the United States Championship, which it needs right now. It needs more
Exactly.
credibility, and you can get that with a franchise player in John Cena. Now, again, with all that being said, okay, and also plans for Cena to revamp the United States Championship, much like he did the first time around. Okay, all right. That being said, I do not see Cena losing the title 1 month into his reign.
Nah.
I say Cena comes out with the win.
Well, I mean, my original pick was going to be for Rusev, but just for the simple fact he's been dominant every single week, though. He's given more meaning and more reason for people to go for the United States Championship. I'm changing my vote, though, and I'm going for John Cena. And I seriously hope you kick butt as you do every single time you're at Extreme Rules.
Okay, Mr. Julian, you have the floor.
I pretty much have to go with John Cena because ever since he won the United States Championship for a record-setting fourth time, and
Not actually a record-setting fourth time because Ric Flair actually has the most United States Championship reigns with 5.
Yep. So he's getting closer to the break.
He's getting close to another record held by Ric Flair.
nice. So as I was saying, with John Cena winning his fourth ever WWE United States Championship, going up against Alex Rusev, the former United States champion and quote-unquote so-called hero of the Russian Federation, I'm practically looking forward to a huge fight. And John, you better bring it for Rusev because Rusev is no joke, and he already got one-upmanship so far with the attacks that he has on you.
Okay, Mr. Dorrington, where's your take on this Resket chain match?
Yeah, well, it's going to be an interesting match. You know, I've never seen anything like it. It was way before we were born
Yeah,
when they
way
had the
before any
last
of our
one,
times,
so it's
yeah.
going to be a new experience for all of us. I like John Cena. You know, they're trying to bring legitimacy back to the United States Championship. Keep it on the franchise if you want that to happen. I just don't know if their experiment's going to work. I don't know if there's going to be guys, you know, clamoring to be the next United States champion. I just don't know if the WWE can make that believable. The guys are really striving for that belt. I don't know. We'll see. Either way, John Cena takes it.
All right,
Okay.
and of course, I just got the phone with Mr. Greg himself. We actually kind of lost the post that he got for his pick, but his pick is, and I quote, is Rusev Man because he has more letters than Cena.
Of course, typical Greg.
With his
Insane.
illogical reason.
That is not logical, Captain.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Now, moving on to a match that's kind of up in the air at this point. We have the Intercontinental Championship match. The champion, Daniel Bryan, originally going up against Bad News Barrett. However, Bryan suffered some sort of injury. WWE just say he got banged up during the European tour. Several internet reports indicate he got a concussion, the second one he's had in the last 2 years. Either way, it's not good news. Doctors have indicated that Bryan could be anywhere from 3 to 5 weeks. The likelihood that he is going to miss not only Extreme Rules, but Payback as well.
Oh, man.
Now, obviously, this means the Intercontinental Championship is up in the air. So, I mean, anything could happen. We could see Bret Baird awarded the title. We could just see like a battle royal. We could see a number of things happen with the Intercontinental title. It could be held in abeyance, which means abeyance not only gets a world title reign, it also gets an Intercontinental Championship reign.
Oh!
Abeyance is on fire.
Oh my gosh, it's a shocker.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, so that's your. Well, I think for me though, I'm gonna probably agree with you. I think what they could do though, or this is just a hypothetical, like what they might be able to do. I mean, if Daniel Bryan, is able to come out, they'll be able to defend the title. I would go for Daniel Bryan, though. I mean, even if it's like a short match, whatnot, I think he'd still go out fighting. But, however, you're probably right, though. Like, they could have, they could reward Barrett the title, and then
have him defending against a mystery opponent.
Yeah, and most likely for me, the man that gravity forgot.
We'll see.
Yep, Adrian Neville.
Julian?
The title is, definitely is on a standoff with Daniel Bryan being his second overall
Concussion.
So
well, injury, whatever the official report is.
definitely. So I'd have to say WWE always had a history of surprising us. So let's just stand by and see what happens. So I hope it's a surprise of what they do with the championship.
I think anything will be a surprise at this point.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I mean, okay, so Mr. Dorrington, what's your whole take on the situation?
Well, I think this would be a great spot for Ryback to step in. I'm surprised he's actually not on this card. Also, Sandow could come in. He's pretty over with the crowd. He just finished his thing up with The Miz. It might be a good time to unveil the new Sandow, if there is a new Sandow. But I think this could be a big opportunity for some guys. And hopefully somebody can step up and fill in.
All right.
And of course, Greg kind of, he didn't know this was coming up, though, and he went ahead and picked his pick.
Bad news, Barrett.
Yes, and he said, and I quote, "I'm afraid I've got some bad news."
Zach and Kenny, you lose. Yeah,
So,
right. So, yeah. Right.
It's
Okay.
stupid.
To beat anyone on any given day.
And he still keeps proving everybody wrong.
Exactly. So now it's come to this, and I mean, and Big Show took this up a notch, driving Reigns with a choke slam through the roof of an English taxi cab, and it's just escalated from there. And now it's come to the point where we're now in a last man standing match between Reigns and the 500-pound largest athlete in the world. Now we've seen how Big Show performs in last man standing matches. This man can take an inhuman amount of punishment. It takes so much. I mean, if you think about the last man standing matches Big Show has been in, think back to the year 2001. Big Show versus Shane McMahon. Shane McMahon had to use a rag soaked in chloroform. He had to use a steel chair, a trash can, test, the backlash set, and had to deliver a near 50-foot elbow drop from the top of the backlash set through a prone Big Show, and had to be propped up on a camera well just to get the victory.
Yeah, and let's not forget, a couple of years ago with Del Rio.
With Alberto Del Rio, where Del Rio had to tip an entire announce table on top of Big Show just to keep the giant pinned down for a 10 count.
Yeah.
Nothing else would have done it.
Yeah, and mind you, Del Rio is like my size. It was able to
do that.
Yeah.
So now, I mean, Reigns is a big, strong dude, but I mean, what is it going to take for Reigns to keep down the world's largest athlete? I don't know, but here's what I do know. Reigns is PO'd from his loss at WrestleMania. He's looking to get vengeance. He's looking to rebound from his loss to Rollins and Lesnar at WrestleMania. He needs to win here to regain his momentum. Big Show does not need the win here. Okay?
No, he really
There's
doesn't.
no need to protect Big Show. Reigns is the new guy for WWE. So if they want to start him back on the right track here, and I've actually liked how this feud has been built up over the last couple of weeks. It's become personal, it's become physical, and the guys haven't spent so much time on the mic, which I appreciate.
Yeah.
Okay, because neither of these guys are known for their fantastic mic skills. Like I said, it's been brutal, it's been personal. That's what I like in a feud like this when you're going into a last man standing match, because that's how it has to be.
Exactly. Just be like, it's like, you know what? Like, I'm done talking. Let's fight.
All right, so
That's how it should be.
Like I said, Reigns needs to win here after his loss at WrestleMania. He needs that momentum back. I'm going with Reigns to over Big Show.
Well, of course, you all know me. Believe. I mean, Reigns, if you look at the history between, how many big guys, he speared through the barricades and whatnot, everything. The guy, I mean,
Reigns has been in one last man standing match against Kane, and he managed to come out on top against the Big Red Machine.
Exactly. And this guy was not even 200 pounds lighter than the Big Show. So if he could take on Kane, I'm pretty sure he can take on the Big Show. So, without a shadow of a doubt, Reigns all the way. Believe the hype.
All right, Mr. J, last man standing match. What's your take?
We're talking the world's largest athlete and the former powerhouse of the Shield. I have to go with Big Show on this one because, as you know from last year's WrestleMania, Antonio Cesaro, the former inaugural winner of the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal, was on a huge winning streak before going through a drought, and now look at where he's at now. I'm wondering if they're going to do the same with the world's largest athlete to prove that he is pro authority and not for WWE. So I'm going to have to go with the Big Show on this one. But if Roman Reigns has it in him to prove everyone wrong and go by the slogan on the back of his shirt, one versus all, Roman Reigns, you better prove it Sunday because you got a big man who's very angry.
Okay, Mr. Dorrington, what's your pick?
Right now, I think Kane is the world's biggest stepping stone. He's the guy that the guys got to beat to get over to that next level, the top level heel.
Do you mean Kane or Big Show?
Big Show. I said Big Show, right?
No, you said
No, you
Kane.
said Kane.
Big Show. I confuse them the same time, so they're pretty similar.
Let's understand.
Big Show is the stepping stone that Reigns is going to get over, and I'm going to go with Roman Reigns.
Okay, going with Mr. Reigns.
And
Mr. J, the card, please.
all right,
You're holding it upside down.
all right, I gotta. Let me just. What? Oh God.
Well.
Yeah.
Well.
Yeah. Well.
Wait a minute. Well.
I think we all know what his answer for that is.
Yeah.
Okay, are we going for a Big Show or a Joel Gertner impression?
I think we're going for the Big
Well,
Show.
Yeah.
Because let's see, how many times every single time we mention the Big Show. Where's his entrance? Right there. I mean, I'm thinking Brian Drake's not here. Oh, I had to fix it.
Now the words of The Rock.
Give me it, please. I need a.
Sorry, guys. He told me to play the music.
We didn't tell
Kill
you.
the music! Kill the music, man!
Sorry, he made me play it. There's a
Uh-huh.
little weight with it.
Good job. You got the music out of your head. All right.
Big
God.
slow.
Okay. Now. Okay. We got 3 more matches to go through. Next one is a good old-fashioned Chicago street fight with Dean Ambrose versus Luke Harper. Not only a battle between two of the most hardcore individuals in WWE today, two of the most extreme individuals, but also two of the most hygienically impaired individuals you've ever seen.
Do we have to pick?
Ambrose versus Harper? I know I said that one. You're kidding me.
Are you serious?
Dude, I sent you every single one.
Ken, maybe they weren't JPEGs. They're not showing up.
Oh, they were all. All right.
Okay.
Okay. All right.
All right. So we got to go on to details on this. Okay.
All right. So we got Dean Ambrose versus Luke Harper, former member of the Shield, former member of the Wyatts, two of the most unique-minded individuals.
Not to mention two of the biggest guys to seriously perfect the clothesline and make it more vicious.
Two of the men to make the sweaty old wife beater fashionable again. Anyway. Okay.
But yeah,
This all stemmed from WrestleMania 31, the Intercontinental Championship ladder match, where near the end of the match, Dean Ambrose got powerbombed through a ladder, not only breaking the ladder in half, but pretty much breaking Ambrose in half, taking him out of the match and out of contention for an Intercontinental title.
and if that's not adding insult to injury, over the last couple of weeks, anytime these guys have been in a match or whatever,
Harper's made it his mission to not only assault Ambrose, but try to take him out. And Dean has responded in kind. These two do not like each other. And when you don't like each other, there's only one way to do it. Put up your fists and fight.
in this case, a Chicago street fight, which makes sense.
Which makes sense. These two are going to tear each other apart.
Oh,
it's going to be a fun. It's going to be a fun, wild, crazy brawl. Which is what which is what we're hoping for, expecting, and Extreme Rules.
Oh yeah.
Now that being said, Harper has been on. Ambrose has been on a major pay-per-view slide.
Yeah, this is a serious roller coaster. I mean,
No, it's not even a roller coaster. It's just it's
A pay-per-view
it's
drought.
it's been the Enron ride. He's just going down, 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 down. And okay, some point it's gotta come back up. At some point, it's unlike Enron. At some point, it's gotta come back up. This is gotta be where it is. Because okay, it's not like his feud with Wyatt, okay, where he was fighting for personal pride. It's not like his feud with Rollins, where he was fighting for justice, for the sake of the Shield, for the sake of getting vengeance against his former brother who stabbed him in the back.
yeah.
Okay, this is just a meaningless, vengeful, revenge-filled, hardcore feud. Okay, and that's in his ballpark. That's in his strike zone for Ambrose. And I feel like, and even in losses, yes, he can hit one out of the park. But it's like I said a couple months ago. Okay, Mick Foley had a similar career full of fantastic pay-per-view losses, but every once in a while, the WWE threw Foley a bone. Otherwise, he wouldn't be a 4-time WWE champion.
3-time.
3-time WWE champion. Thank you for
Welcome.
correcting. And that a 3-time WWE champion. Okay, Ambrose needs a win here. Okay, like I said, this is a harmless feud. Doesn't really mean anything in the long run. Okay, I mean it may start one or the other built up towards the U.S. or Intercontinental Championship, but as it is, it's just a fun little brawl. Okay, and I think this would be a good spot. Okay, just give Ambrose a win, just so we can stop the slide. I'm going with Ambrose right here.
All right. Well, I mean, for me, just for the simple fact, I mean, the times he's gone for revenge, he hasn't won. Every single time, it's like he's gone for matches that he's gone for revenge. Yes, he's gotten closer and closer for that win, but in the end, he always loses. I'm sorry, but I don't see how he's gonna pull it off on this one. I mean, usually I'm a lunatic fringe maniac when it comes to stuff like this, but I really don't see it. I mean, I honest to God, I really do see Eric Harper winning out of this. I mean,
Luke Harper?
Luke Harper, whatever. But yeah, I honestly got I see that, that Grease Monkey completely winning this.
Yeah, Jamie Noble's cousin's twice removed.
Yeah, which I'm in question.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, so
By way of mechanics.
touche.
Okay, Mr. J, what's your pick?
I'd have to go with Dean Ambrose. We're talking about the lunatic fringe, the crazy man out of the Shield, taking on one of the bearded marvels of the Wyatt family, Luke Harper, and we're talking about Dean Ambrose. These guys know each other very well. We're talking about all the way back from independent circuit combat zone wrestling. John Moxley and Brody Lee going up against each other in one of wrestling's most infamous matches, the Chicago Street Fight. So
Moxley, for those who don't know the events all that well, Moxley being Ambrose,
Yes.
Brody Lee being Luke Harper.
Of course. So I have to go with Dean Ambrose. He got to get out of that wrestling drought that he's been going through in pay-per-views.
That big pay-per-view drought.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
So,
Mr.
Bryan?
Mr. Dorrington.
What is your pick?
So this is the match I look forward to the most, and it's not because the storyline, because there really isn't one. And I think this is going to be one of the better matches, and it's just going to show that WWE doesn't always need these big convoluted storylines to put on a good show.
Exactly.
Dean Ambrose is going to take it, by the way.
Oh yeah, exactly. Okay, because like Lee said, okay, it's a meaningless feud. Doesn't really mean anything in the long run. It's a fun little street fight. Okay, that's what we want in Extreme Rules. Is fun, meaningless, violent action.
Oh yeah.
Okay, this is like the one match here that we all pretty much agree is a bit of a toss-up right here. Because, okay, either man could come out on top here, and the other won't look all that bad for losing.
Exactly. All right.
All right, so
well,
now
let's-
Greg's pick. I'm afraid to.
let me.
Oh, wait, you hit it last time.
I'm telling you guys, this one is actually pretty funny.
Okay, let's read it.
All right.
The?
Harper is
Wait. Hold on. Hold on. Let's read this out first.
okay. Harper is way harder to say with a Boston accent. Harper. You should try it. And
Apparently, Greg did not look at the match card, or he got it mixed up because he put here Ziggler. I'm assuming he's going with Ambrose.
yeah.
Let's just assume he's going with Ambrose.
Let's just.
If he wants to correct us, he can come. He can go ahead and like text us or whatever.
Yeah.
We're just gonna assume he's gonna go with Ambrose.
Yeah. Epic failure.
Yeah.
All right.
Bless me.
All right.
Dun. Swing and miss.
Yeah, that's okay.
Okay.
All right,
Now-
so
now-
we come to one.
We came to an extreme match that.
We're seriously a question about, and we honest to God think this is absolutely redundantly stupid. It's stupid.
upon stupid. It's stupid squared.
Uh-huh.
I mean, the match itself, Sheamus versus Ziggler,
And
is a great.
kiss my arse match.
Just a match along between the two is a great match. It's a great athletic contest because the two cannot put. Both of these men could put on a great match with a broomstick. Okay, they could put on a 4-star match. Okay, these two can have great chemistry with one another. They face each other several times throughout the years.
Yeah.
So I mean,
The only stipulation to this crud is basically the loser has to
kiss the
the
other
winner's.
man's backside.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So let me ask you this, folks. Does that not sound stupid to you? Honestly.
On a PG show, they're expecting one grown man to kiss
kiss
another grown man's backside.
I mean, how stupid can you get? I mean, come on, WWE. For Pete's sake. I mean, were you guys drunk when you did this, or on something?
It's WWE's creative team. What do you expect?
Oh yeah, $10 says it was none other than Vincent Kennedy McMahon. I wouldn't be surprised if that was
wait,
him.
Jimmy
that-
Jacobs for
Dun
that.
dun dun dun. Kevin Dunn. Dun 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 dun. Dun dun.
Yep.
Dun
Or
dun dun dun.
or I wouldn't be surprised if it was none other than Mr. People Power. John Laurinaitis. My God, man, just
Johnny Clown Shoes.
could have said it better myself. Johnny freaking Clown Cheese.
Shoes.
Nah, nah,
Whatever.
Nah, nah,
Shoes.
nah, 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 nah. Hey, goodbye.
Okay.
Goodbye, Clown
anyway.
Shoes.
Okay, stipulation aside, like I said, these two have had fantastic chemistry over the years.
Yep.
They cannot put on a bad match with each other. However, Sheamus has recently returned. They seemingly have big plans, future plans for him, plans for possible run with the U.S. or Intercontinental Championship. That being said, okay, Sheamus needs to win here. All right?
Yeah.
I mean, Ziggler is essentially pay-per-view fodder
Yeah.
at this point. I mean, WWE's seem to have lost stock in him. They seem to have lost carrying in him once again. And now while he's strong on Raw and SmackDown, he's essentially fodder for the big time players like Sheamus. So that being said, I'm going with Sheamus here. He's just returned. He needs to win to make his return complete and dominant.
All right, and of course, for me though, most of the time I would have gone with Ziggler just because like him and I we love to show off, but but just for the sake of arguments, I'm going with Sheamus.
Yeah, if he's going with the heel, if he's going full heel, he's get rid of the fella gimmick.
Yeah, but I mean, honestly, I like his new theme. I like the new gimmick that he's doing. Just minus the Richo.
The red rooster mohawk we could do without.
Yeah, exactly.
Although he has looked great in those new chicken fries commercials.
Ouch! Oh God!
All right.
Anyone up for some foghorn leghorn?
Or some chicken fries. I'm a.
What's your name when I'm talking to you, boy?
I
I
said,
say no, I suck.
I said I'm not chicken. I'm a rooster, boy.
hey, look at that boy with his running around with his head.
Okay.
Like a chicken with his head cut off. Wait a minute, that's my body.
All right, hold on. Enough the foghorn leghorn Family Guy references. Mr. J,
What is your
what is your pick?
So simply, we got Human Jar Mayonnaise. You haven't seen the reference. Facing off against the guy with spaghetti here. I'd have to go with Sheamus because since he is back looking like America's next top rooster, he definitely needs a win to keep his new heel status going to matter again since he been out from surgery and knowing that he got a new theme, a new hairstyle and all that. Let's hope that he has that same intensity he had when he first started.
Oh,
Okay.
We've seen that over the last couple of weeks.
Yeah, and I love how the fact he just. I mean, it's true though. This is basically a jar of mayonnaise versus a wannabe pretty boy saying, "Hi, Del Ziggler." Hi,
with
Dolph
spaghetti
Ziggler.
here.
Hi, yeah, yeah. Hi, I'm Dolph Ziggler. Hi, I'm Dolph
That
Ziggler.
gimmick's like 6 years old.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
All right,
Four out
so
of 10.
Yeah.
Mr. Dorrington, what is your pick, my good sir?
All right, I'm going with Sheamus. There's not many top-level heels in the company right now, and not many young ones. I think Rollins is one of the only, the youngest heel. They need more heels on the roster. So I think that they're going to look Sheamus, make him look tough, and I wouldn't doubt Ziggler at some point making a heel turn. They need young heels on the roster. And Ken, I'm going to bring in something for you. I have a copy of the email you sent me with all the attachments printed out, and I'll show you which pictures you did and didn't include after you read Greg's pick.
Dun dun dun.
Okay.
Okay,
And we got
all
the
right,
so-called
let's hold on. Let's see.
Irishman rock.
Let's see. Ziggy, Ziggy, can't you see? Sometimes your words just hypnotize me. It's not as good as Biggie, Biggie, Biggie. Sheamus.
okay.
So we're going to America's Next Top
okay,
Rooster
don't-
winner.
How much? Okay, Craig, I gotta ask this. How much more of a man crush do you really have on the Big Show? Honestly,
Yeah.
how much more of a stinking man crush do you? Oh,
Let me know which ones you see.
uh,
Take my apology in writing or verbally.
Technical difficulties, please stand by.
Okay, so one of them didn't get attached. I apologize.
Two of them.
okay,
2 of them.
okay, 2 of them. So we apologize.
Apologize.
Does he want some cheese with that wine?
I thought I attached all of them. I'm sorry.
Does he want some cheese with that wine?
Uh,
Are you talking to me or are you
No,
talking
him.
to Brian?
I'm talking about Brian.
Yeah. Okay.
we maybe don't want to, get him mad though, because don't forget he has
We don't want
control.
to anger the man who's running the cameras right now.
Yeah, Julian, I'd watch out. I'll give you that one. But another mistake, ooh, you're gonna be in trouble, boy.
Yeah, even worse. You're gonna be the victim. Yeah, you're basically gonna be what the heck I had to go
Yeah,
through.
he's
from the
he's
beginning.
already putting himself into. He's already putting himself into the Julian protection program.
Yeah, or even worse, you're gonna get a lot of cadence for your promos.
Okay. All right.
Okay,
so
so
now
we obviously know who, like,
Now we obviously come to the main event here.
Mm-hmm.
It is a
steel cage match with the RKO band.
WWE World Heavyweight Championship on the line. The champion Seth Rollins. The challenger Randy Orton.
Mm-hmm.
With a new revelation.
Now Orton would win a triple threat #1 contenders match against Ryback and Reigns to claim his rightful #1 contendership, coming with momentum off of his victory over Rollins at WrestleMania 31. Now, I mean, Orton has been on somewhat of a roll. He's been RKOing everyone in sight. He's laid out Rollins a number of times since WrestleMania, since the championship match was made.
Yep.
Orton has made it his intent to, since the RKO was banned, is to find so many different ways to maim Rollins. Now, this harkens back a few years ago to the feud between Shawn Michaels and then WWE champion Randy Orton at Survivor Series, where Orton posed a similar stipulation. Shawn Michaels couldn't use the Sweet Chin music. If he did, he'd be disqualified. Of course, if Orton got disqualified, he'd lose the WWE Championship.
Yep.
Now, this provided a different formula for a Shawn Michaels match. Instead of setting up for the Sweet Chin music, Shawn would go into various submissions. He'd go into it. He opened up his the technical side of his wrestling acumen, which
yeah.
made for a much more entertaining, interesting match. Now, that could be the same said for Orton. We haven't seen much of a technical side of Orton. We haven't seen what he can do when he doesn't have the ability to set up for his big-time move. Obviously, we know he has the punt.
Yep.
We know he has that big-time move to go to, but he shouldn't be dependent on that either. We could see a whole different side of Orton here that maybe even in the 10, 11 years that we've known him, we've never really seen before.
Right.
So for all we know, we could see we could see a new side of Randy Orton, a new chapter in Orton's legacy. Now, that being said, however, you also kind of have a wrench thrown into the whole scheme right here,
Which is
with Kane, the director of operations, being made the keeper of the gate.
Yeah.
In other words, the man holding the key that unlocks the chain and padlocked gate, leading to the outside.
Yeah,
Now,
and-
and of course, Now, this would seem like, okay, the authority's sticking its nose into business again.
However, Rollins
It
has
has
been
not-
basically making a muck over Kane.
He hasn't been endearing himself to Director of Operations, saying that it's been Kane's fault the last several weeks that Rollins been put in the situation he's been in with Randy Orton. Mm-hmm. Now, of course, I mean, and heck, this all pretty much started when Rollins convinced Kane to lay down for him so he could win his match and pick his stipulation for his championship match with Orton.
Right.
Now, of course, I mean, Kane seemingly rebelled at first, but ultimately sucked up his pride, laid down, and even after laying out Rollins with a choke slam, draped him over for
the 1, 2, 3, and
giving Rollins the win. A tainted victory, to say the least. Now, the problem is, I wouldn't care about this. I would care about all this, the fact that, okay, Kane is having a crisis of conscience, whether what he's doing is really best for business or if he's doing what's best for himself. Means he's been questioning that himself. Triple H has been questioning whether he's truly the monster he once was, or if he's just a business, or he's just a man, he's just a suit now.
right.
And, okay, everyone's been questioning that. Rollins has been on his case about that. Triple H has been on his case about that. Even his former partner, Daniel Bryan, has been on his case about that. And Kane has been odds with himself about where his loyalties truly lie right here.
Right.
Like I said, Rollins is not endearing himself. He tried to befriend Kane. He tried to suck up to Kane. It didn't work.
No.
So now we don't really know how things are going to go into this. Is Kane going to go into business for himself? Is he going to try and cost Rollins the match? We don't know.
Yeah, I mean, it's been seriously questionable. I mean, this past SmackDown with with the main event tag team match, former members of the Shield, Reigns and Ambrose versus Harper
and Rollins. Near the end of the match, when everyone was seemingly laid out, the ref was starting the 10 count. Kane, who was at ringside, took Rollins, the legal man for his team, threw him back into the ring, seemingly to break the count. But then Ambrose comes right back in, tags in Reigns, boom, spear, and suddenly Rollins is down for the 1, 2, 3. So was Kane trying to help Rollins prevent being counted out, or was he trying to get back at Rollins for all the crud that he's been saying about him? We don't really know. It's all up in the air. We don't know what's going on in Kane's mind.
Right. I mean,
So-
it's a really wait and see approach, though. And
Right. So all that being said, look, okay, this is Rollins' first title defense. Okay, they put a lot of investment into the whole ending to the main event at WrestleMania. Okay, they had a lot of build-up with the Money in the Bank over the last several months. I mean, if you even notice the subtleties of the build-up, the fact that Ambrose got taken out of the ladder match, so he wasn't around to stop the cash-in. Okay, they've covered every base, every loophole, every little plot thread concerning his Money in the Bank match. So WWE actually did a good job building up the Money in the Bank.
Oh, yeah.
So they're not. So I'm really hoping they don't go the Edge route right here, and they cut him out from under him by having his title reign only go 1 month.
Yeah.
I mean, Edge's didn't even go 2 weeks.
Actually, no. Actually, it went at least about 4 weeks.
No, because he won at New Year's Revolution.
Yep.
He lost at Royal Rumble. That's only a couple weeks apart.
Yeah, at least 4.
Yeah, at least 3 weeks apart.
Okay,
Anyway, okay.
But besides the point.
Getting back here. Okay, they're not going to cut Rollins' feet from under him 1 month into his championship reign with all they've invested in him.
Yeah.
Okay, I'd say Kane tries to cost Rollins a victory. Okay, it's a screw-up. He ends up inadvertently costing Randy Orton the victory, and Rollins escapes with his championship for another day. Perhaps a match with Kane, or just another match with Orton to wrap things up with their feud.
All right.
So, like I said, long story short, I'm going with Rollins to retain his championship. And for the the main event time tiebreaker, I say this match clocks in at 20 minutes.
All right. Well, for me, I mean, of course, everybody, knows me as being a Randy Orton fan, and as he pointed out, though, I mean, it's way too early, for Rollins to lose his title at this point. I mean, I see him, maybe losing the title, like, somewhere, like, down the road, like, maybe SummerSlam or maybe Survivor Series, one of those two pay-per-views, but I don't think he's going to lose it at this point. So, I honestly think Kane might interject with the match, but ultimately helping Rollins, maybe by accident, to help him regain the championship, and this is actually going to be my lock. And for my tiebreaker, it's actually going to be 25 minutes.
All right. Mr. J.
We're talking about the guy who been talking about how he's the undisputed future. We're talking about a three-time current WWE World Heavyweight Champion, Seth Rollins. And we're talking about
One time. This is his first championship reign.
yes, his first World Championship reign. I'm talking about his other championship reigns, former ROH World Champion as well as NXT Champion.
Oh, okay.
And we're talking about a guy who's bent on looking for revenge. Seth Rollins is a smart dude, and knowing Seth Rollins, I know he'll find a loophole into his victory, but without his finisher, the curb stop, I wonder how he's going to pull that out. But I'm going to have to go with Seth Rollins, and that's my lock for the main event.
Okay, Mr. Dorrington, your choice for the main event.
I'm just text from my friend who says change the pick to Rollins. I'm going to change to Rollins because I think that Randy Orton is going to RKO him and he's going to get disqualified. And then I think it's going to move to a triple threat match at Payback between Reigns, Rollins, and Orton. So I think Randy Orton's going to look like he's winning, RKO him, leave him flat out. Rollins is still going to have the belt. It's going to lead to a triple threat match at Payback.
Yeah, I just can't see Orton being that stupid.
I don't know. I mean, maybe if he was, maybe if he, was just, kicking the everything
Well,
the seasons out of him,
if
and
it was
maybe by
if it was
accident.
instinctual, like, okay, if he hit the RKO out of pure instinct, I understand. Just hitting the RKO for the sake of hitting the RKO,
Yeah,
I mean,
but-
there's a difference, okay? If he hits it because he's so used to it, that's understandable. If he just hits it because, okay, he wants to. If that's his explanation for why he hits the RKO and gets himself disqualified, then, okay.
I think there's going to be some shenanigans in this match. I think Kane's probably going to step in.
Yeah.
I think we're going to see, there's little security guards, and I think that he's just going to end up having to KO him. And he's not really going to care about winning the match. He's just going to want to beat Seth Rollins down. He's the Viper. He's Randy Orton. That's what he does. Title's secondary to him at this point. He's a 12-time champion?
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. And Greg's pick, which thank God is simple in its splendor.
Okay.
Rollins will be Rollin past Orton.
So obviously,
Rollins.
And actually, no, wait, and oh my God. Okay, so apparently we got 3 locks.
3 locks from the main event.
Oh, sorry. My lock was Ambrose.
Your lock was Ambrose. My lock was Cesaro and Kidd.
And of course, Mr. J's and mine, and of course now Greg's. All 3 of us are locking for the main event, which is WAP. It's
Wop, wop.
Womp.
yeah, it's this main event. I mean, this Extreme Rules is going to be completely nuts. So
I think it's nuts, but the problem is, like we all agreed a little earlier, a lot of the predictions here, with the exception of a couple like Ambrose and Harper, were pretty predictable. Because, I mean, this is the month after WrestleMania. I mean, you have a lot of feuds that you kind of need to keep going like here, like Rollins obviously being the WWE World Heavyweight Champion. Obviously, you don't want to cut him off at the pass, cut his championship reign short with all the build-up they had for Money in the Bank, like I said.
Right.
So, again, a lot of the feuds have obvious predictions. Some aren't. But regardless, it should be a fun pay-per-view. Should be fun for all. We got some great matches, some good matches, and one match with a very, very questionable stipulation.
Yeah.
Cashiers.
Yep. Power help.
Okay.
No curb stop.
Right. Okay, so anyway, ladies and gentlemen, we have reached the end of episode 60 of the Wrestling Connection. And you will be able to catch us on Facebook.com/The Wrestling Connection as we do live pay-per-view coverage of Extreme Rules. You can also catch us with our comments about the pay-per-view on Twitter at WConnection. You can also email your thoughts and predictions on the Extreme Rules pay-per-view at wrestlingconnection@gmail.com. Now, and you can catch out all of our present and past episodes of the Wrestling Connection, along with all of our specials, our 1-year anniversary special, our promos, our ads, everything, including the infamous Ice Bucket Challenge.
Yep.
You can catch all of that on Bedford TV's YouTube page, Bedford TV, MA. In the meantime, ladies and gentlemen, I've just celebrated my birthday this past Wednesday. I am 27. I'm in heaven.
Yep.
I'm happy.
And actually, it's Mr. Julian's birthday this past Wednesday?
This Wednesday coming up.
Oh,
Turning
next
24,
Next
y'all.
Wednesday on the 20th. Congratulations to
Yep.
Mr. J.
Yep.
All right. It's gonna be a fun weekend. We got the pay-per-view on Sunday, and for those interested, I will be having my birthday party at Jillian's in Fenway, starting at 8 o'clock. There'll be bowling, there'll be dancing, we'll be shooting pool, and
Just having a grand old time.
and drinking the night away.
Yep.
But
Show!
Who that man?
God!
Bam!
Get away!
It's the spirit of Greg. It's the spirit of Greg. Greg's haunting us.
dun dun.
If only he were dead.
Hey, what the?
That man Putin, mind blown.
We don't give a Putin about you, you Putin. You an idiot.
Put on out of here.
Yeah, get your Putin butt out of here.
Put this in you.
Put the lazy kitty back in its cage.
Bye, Laser Kitty.
It's a-
Bye, Laser Kitty.
all right, well,
Okay,
in the meantime, folks, as always, be connected, get connected, stay connected. Y'all have a good night, folks.
Enjoy Extreme Rules.
Oh, yeah, it's not the extreme. Heard it too many times to ignore it. There's some things that I'm supposed to be. Someday we'll find it, the wrestling connection, the lovers, the dreamers, and me. La la la.